Bom dia, meu povo lutador. Bom dia, meu povo lutador. Good morning, everyone. And this is something I tend to say, I tend to write, and I want to share with you today because it's going to take us into the topic I wanted to talk about. Good morning, my fighting people. But the expression translates better as good morning to everyone who's positive and working for something better. Bom dia, meu povo lutador. And when I say my people, meu povo, I mean you guys. I don't care where you're from. I don't care if you're Brazilian, American, Latino, European. I don't care. If you're in capoeira and you're doing your best to make capoeira more amazing every day, then you're my povo lutador. You're my people. I was watching a video about capoeira and the internet this morning, and again, check it out if you haven't had a chance. Mestre in Portuguese does fantastic jobs on videos, and I really like watching them, and I learn and take points. This week we had a lot of situation. Right now we're in a pandemic with coronavirus, and I had to close down my academia. We're doing it for safety to make sure that at least we have 1 week to let things go by and see how everyone's doing. The government closed down all the schools for 2 weeks. Then the kids also have 2 weeks for spring break. The internet, good or bad, part 2. We found when humans discovered fire, we learned to use it to create and we learned to use it to destroy. Internet is just as much a powerful tool. It's how we use it. It's how we decide to manipulate it to do something good or to do something bad. For me, the internet is fantastic. Besides putting out a lot of information, it also helps to bring people who usually wouldn't have a chance to become in contact to discuss more things. This is just basic, amazing internet aftermath. How about capoeira? The topic is, can you learn capoeira from the internet? I will tell you my opinion, and this is something because I use the internet to teach. Not just when I'm talking like this, but when I'm doing correspondence or long distance. I don't know what the new phrase would be, but when I teach to people that I have students who are capoeira zador who are still under us, but they don't really have anyone to train with, or they're training with, visiting other groups, but they don't, they still want to learn from me. So how do I teach them through the internet? Is it impossible? It's not. Because here is something that I think makes a big difference. If you're someone just getting all this information, and this happens a lot in what I'm watching when I travel through Japan and Asia, is that people call it YouTube learning, right? The problem is, although superficially it may look good, they are not getting the feedback, or better yet, the feedback of quality. One thing I've mentioned is people know that I play a lot of music with professional musicians and I record, and I'm always trying to improve music because music is such an important part of my life of capoeira and as a capoeirista. When you start to do things, you need to have quality feedback. I'm not saying negative. That comes naturally because that's just people's egos. But you need to have quality feedback of someone saying, you know what? It's a little off. You know what? This is why you do that. You know what? This is because this is something I learned, and if you do this, what do you think? Can you learn from that? What I'm watching is a lot of people are not getting feedback, especially quality checks. And this is what's affecting the quality when you teach online or learn online. I'm not saying teach online. First of all, when I teach somebody online, it's a one-on-one relationship. And what I mean by that is I don't just produce a video and say, go, figure it out for yourself. This week I did several videos, very simple for my students to train at home because they love capoeira. Some of you might have even seen the videos of 7-year-olds in my capoeira group training. I love them so much, and this is why I did it. It's not made for other people, for other groups. If you want to follow it, go ahead. But when they come back in and we review this, I will give feedback. I will say, okay, this is where you need to be more here, or you need more swing here, or bring your arms up, more ginga, lower your waist. I will be able to give feedback. And this is what makes me a teacher. I personally asked those students who trained under me, who Capoeira Zoador students, to constantly send me videos. We also do live, like Skype, because there are things that you just cannot learn in capoeira or anything just by video. Capoeira has so many underlying details and so many underlying nuances that only by somebody telling you or explaining to you is the way you can learn. There's a lot of sites teaching capoeira now. There's a lot of videos on YouTube, and I think it's fantastic. I would be the first one to say that it's amazing. Why? Because I don't know everything. I take a look and I go, wow, I didn't know that. Oh, that's a great combination. I wouldn't have seen that if it wasn't for that YouTube video from northern Moscow, or from India, or from small town in America. I wouldn't have known if it wasn't on the internet. How I process that, because of my level of experience and knowledge, is my part as a master. But if you don't have that level of experience and knowledge, you need someone to guide you. So don't forget, just because you learn something on the internet, if you haven't put it in practice, say for example, one thing I love to say, a roda lava tudo. A roda lava tudo. The roda cleans everything. I see people doing so many different things, so many crazy things. It's amazing. But until you do it in the roda, you don't have it clean. It's not really capoeira yet. So wait till you do it in the roda, and be open. Constantly, people are telling me, oh, the problem of capoeira is egos, and the capoeira, it's this, and the egos, and oh my God, the egos. Stop it. If you are a capoeirista, only worry about what you're doing, because if you do something positive, it will ripple effect in capoeira. This week, learn from the internet, but also have it evaluated. Live, love, capoeira, Mestre.